what we have heard is, we understood that the true path of moksha is not just allowing or thinking that our problem will go away just by mere prayers. But the path for moksha or liberation or salvation, whatever you say, what we understood from in the conversation that Agastya is having with Ramji is that the sorrow or the concern that we are having, it is not that it will go away and that is when I will find peace and happiness. They and the sorrow and me can coexist. And for that, what is the as example that we used? Just like a deep ocean is always calm, irrespective of the waves that are on the top of the deep ocean. Sometimes the tides are or the waves are very rough. Sometimes the waves are very, very, very smooth. Despite being rough or smooth, the deep ocean is always calm. And another example we used is the mirror. So when I am a mirror, the mirror's job is only to reflect. Because a person is smiling, the mirror doesn't transform into a smiling mirror, or because it sees someone crying, it doesn't transform into crying. Its job is to only reflect. So similarly, I as a person can be either I can be surrounded with smile or I can be surrounded with agony. Still, I can be calm within, and I can still hold the characteristics that makes me without sabotaging who I am at a deeper level. And when I can stop associating myself with this false identification of what comes because of this problem that seems to be posing a lot of pain to me, and when I stop attaching myself with it, meaning if my mind says I'm happy, I just go on like a balloon which is like flying high on in the sky, and when there is pain, I just get into a kind of depressive mode, which is like there is no air in the balloon, or the balloon air has popped out of the balloon. Both of it are not true. Despite me being happy or sad, I can still maintain myself to be in a calm state, surrounded by that pain. But as we keep going level by level into that state of lightness, the pain and me can coexist without posing agony to each other. So I won't be perturbed by it. The first signs of that I'm achieving it or I'm learning it is the signs that I'm beginning to be calmer. I'm beginning to work saner. I'm beginning to work on my path, or I'm beginning to accept things the way they are and try to work around things that are bringing unworkability to me, instead of getting swallowed into this pain and thinking that I am nobody without that pain, or I'm nobody without that wish that has not come into fruition for me. And that is where we understand the true essence of moksha. And when we come to that state, okay, that why am I suffering? Because oftentimes we are so neck deep into our own world, our own worries, our own way of living life, that despite facing multiple hurdles or setbacks or obstacles, I still don't look back and reflect upon why is it that this is happening? Is there something that is beyond what I am right now doing as a response to resolve my concern or my strategy? Is there something else I should invoke in myself, learn something better? Or is there something I need to do to help myself come out of this? Whatever that is, that's where when I just pose that question to myself, from there onwards, my journey towards insight the inner awareness starts. So till then, I only look at outside world. I only blame because of them, because of her, him, or whatever. I am so and so. But the moment I truly understand the importance and the aware and the nature of this suffering is always not there but here, and I need to look at it from a different lens. Just like how I look, say, for example, right now I'm having white lights, right? In case if I see this light from a orange tinted glasses, I always see this light as orange. That doesn't mean the light inside or the bulb inside is emanating orange light. It is still emanating white light. But I am seeing from the lens of orange tinted glass. So the truth for me is orange, but not necessarily that it's always orange. It could be white also. And I am trying to figure out how do I change this orange to white by looking at the outside shell. But what I have to really do is understand the truth that the light is white indeed. But what I am seeing is the lens through which I am seeing that light. The moment I change that perception by looking inward and seeing the truth the way it is, which is not obvious in the first eye or in the second eye, but it requires steady, fast reflection, calmness, and let the inner guidance work instead of my arrogance or ego mind. That's where the journey towards your inner self awakening begins. This is what we learned in the yesterday's session. And here we are still continuing on the same thread of conversation between Agastya Muni and Raghava Ramji about the nature of this moksha and nature of this suffering, and who is that who can help me during this toughest phase of my life, where I'm deep neck in the sorrow that Sitama has left me or I have been separated from Sitama. Same way, Sita is who? My happiness. Okay, the happiness I get or the peace I get by some external event happening or stopping. It can be anything. Okay, if my external event says, if my that so and so person doesn't shout at me, I'll be at peace. Is somebody should not do this or somebody should do. If this person gives away the money that I owe him, I'll be at peace. Both of it is what I'm talking about. We want someone to do something, we want someone not to do something. Both are the same. Okay? Both of them are here to help you knock knock, to walk into the inner chambers of your heart where your Paramatma resides. That's what Agastya Muni is talking about. And then he continues. For that, Rama says, oh, is it so? Then who is that Shiva? You're talking about how do I get moksha? So what is the pathway for it? And for that, Agastya Muni says, Yo nityam sivamaradhyam smaran nama sadaharam sayati paramam santim mukto bhavati na samsayaha. So what Agastya Muni says, whoever always had Lord Shiva as constantly in his mind, he always remembers, he or she, okay, I'm just using he as a thing. So the person who always remembers me, who always is deep into my worship and taking my name all the time, that person is definitely, without any doubt, can get into peaceful state and achieve liberation from the current concern that they're going through. There's no doubt about it. But then, what is that we are trying to here understand is, again and again, the way to freedom is not by changing the outside, some external outside event happening the way I want or I don't want is not what we are looking at, the key to our happiness. It is right in you. The way you remind yourself, the way you rediscover yourself, To be at peace amidst these turmoils is what we are talking as true freedom. And the pathway or the key for it is not by simply praying to Lord Shiva using very, very strange rituals and all sorts of best of the best quality items that I still can't afford it, but I get it because I have this thought that I have to worship divine with the best of the best things. Okay. But by the way, what Lord Shiva says is it's not about the quality, it's about the bhakti, devotion with which you do this whole stuff. So, because even whatever you create, whatever is done it from a nature standpoint, he exists in the smallest of the things and he exists in the biggest of the most best of the best quality things. When he is there in both the self, what is the point in me always assuming that the Lord only resides in opulence, Lord only gets pleased with the best of the best things? If if that is something in your affordable range, you could obviously go for it. But there are a lot of people who feel divine has to be offered only the best and go into the states of unaffordability and get into sorrowfulness that because I'm in this current situation, I'm not able to provide you the best things, like how my neighbors are doing or what other people are doing or my brother, sister, my cousins are doing, and then feel sorrowful about it. But again and again, for all those, this is the tattva that we are talking about. Or there are people who think the way to recite mantra and its purification and it's wherever we need to stress and wherever we don't stress, this is the only way to attain Lord Shiva. That is also false. This getting the best of the best things also is false. These are all coming from our Purana samskaras, our old life samskaras. The truth is, it just doesn't mean ritual. It means you being all you being always in this constant thought process about taking his name, the holy name of Lord Shiva, and continuously chanting him in your own ways, not just by mere worship, but also understanding his tattva or understanding what he represents and trying to imbibe those qualities, behaviors, virtues, and actions in the areas we are not able to take that action. For example, if I'm somebody who is always concerned about what others think about me and keep doing things which I don't want to do or stop myself from asking for accountability when I am to be accountable for certain things because of me being very, very people pleasing. Sometimes things skip from my thing. Say I'm the person who is like in charge where I need to ask, what did you do today? What's your work deliverable or something like that. But because of my niceties, I avoid asking that. And that it slips. Who, who, who is accountable for that slippage? You. Now you have to go and talk in front of your superiors or boss. But why did you not ask this person? Because you want to appear nice. At that time, you need to remember, did Lord Shiva, is he pleased by these pleasantries, or he is unperturbed by all of this? Lord Shiva is unperturbed. Oh, then I should also be unperturbed. It doesn't matter whether that person feels good about me or wrong about me. I need to talk what is truth. And my job now is to ask for accountability. I need to ask for what did you do? Did you do your task? This is what I am here for. So I don't have to feel bad in asking somebody about their work. And I gather courage to talk about it. And that's in that courage resides Lord Shiva. That is what we are talking about, imbibing the behaviors and virtues. Same in the face of somebody is telling, oh, she's not good. So if some 10 people tells you that you are not good, will that become the truth? How? Then you ask, okay, did Durgama or Lord Shiva get get influenced by what other people think about them, or they did not care? They stood for what they think is true. They stood for what they think is right, and allowed themselves to be in the path of commitment for whom they promised. So today I am at this place. So will I be influenced by all of this? No, may not be. Because I know what I am, just like how Durgama knows who she is, what she stands for. I also know what I stand for. So I don't have to get drowned into what people think about me or worried about what people think about me. Rather, I stand for what I do is truth. And in that, let who think about me in the way I am come to me. The rest, let them go. I don't need them. Anyways, I don't have to satisfy all the five fingers because one person tells something which I am not. Let me be me and let people who sees me as me get gravitate towards me naturally. And in this, I have self-confidence. In this, I have self-expression because I'm expressing who I am. I'm not trying to act in one particular way because I want to please this person and this person and this person and this person and this person. And in that process, forget who I am totally. Instead, I am myself. And let people gravitate towards this wholesome self, whatever that represents. And in this, there's a lot of freedom. And this freedom is what Lord Shiva represents, right? So that is where we need to connect the dots and try to imbibe those behaviors, virtues, step by step. May not be everything on day one, but as you keep understanding their virtues and behaviors, get present, calm your mind during doing these prayers and japas and dhyanams, and in that lack of noiseless state, when the moment the noise in our head calms down, there is a kind of peace that settles in our heart, which gives you an inner guidance on what to act upon. And taking one step towards that light is where the true freedom and peace sets in too. And in this, there is no doubt. That's what Agastya Muni says. So by remembering constantly what Shiva is, not just by rituals or worship, but also the tattva, the virtues, the behaviors, and his characteristics, and imbibing that into my day-to-day life is where it, we are allowing Lord Shiva to transform ourselves by rediscovering myself in the highest light. And that's what Agastya Muni says in the deepest meaning about the same lines. Then Rama Uvacha. For that, Rama says, Bhagavan ko Mahadevaha kim rupam tasya chasrayam katamo va japo mantraha yena moksho bhave dhruvam. So he asked, Lord Rama says, oh, is that so? I need to constantly remember who Lord Shiva is. But then I have a question. Who is Mahadev? What is his form? What does he do? Where does he stay? Should I please him with a mantra or should I do some kind of puja or some kind of action? What kind of actions does he please him? Because you are saying he is the only person who can help you with the true moksha, true liberation. If that is the truth, how can I seek him? What is it? Now, here, if you look at it, you can take this whole asking from Rama's point of view in two ways. One is whenever we are being told about you can do this, you can do it. First thing we ask is about the authenticity. How it will help me? How will this help me? Why should I do it? Oh, is that so? So there is a kind of a question that comes in, doubting the whole process. Here, Lord Rama did not doubt the process, though he is himself a person who's been trained on lot of Vedas, lot of other stuff that brings his that is considered to be one of the biggest wisdoms and virtues. Still, he did not doubt or question the authority of Agastya Muni. He surrenders. He says, is that so? Is this what you're telling? So there's no ounce of doubt in his conversation or at the way he's posing that question. He's totally with acceptance and reverence. He says, oh, is that so? Is this what you're talking? If that is there, is how can I reach Lord Shiva? Is it through? I mean, he's being curious, just like how a small child is curious about learning when you're in LKG and when you look at new things, how you get so curious and like you bring this childlike curiosity to learn things. Similarly, Lord Shiva, though he knows lot of things, when Agastya Muni says you doing Shiva worship is the go-to, he did not doubt it. He just became like a child and say, "Oh, is that so? How do I reach him? How do I attain him? Where do I do? What is his forms? What are his places?" So by asking this about the way the person who is gonna resolve my concerns is itself a kind of surrenderance, because till then we are doubting the process, till then we are questioning the authenticity, and till the time why am I not trusting that guidance, because I still have my ego at play. It says maybe not, though there are so many, like an example I can draw upon is there are so many people in the group who have joined the moment I said the Siva Tatva. It only some of you have made time to join here. Why is it so? Still there is ego at play. It is not their fault. The ego at play has taken them into the forms where, though divine is showing them a path for them to get resolutions for their current concerns, though have repeatedly declared that I have no recording, though I've been requesting everyone to get recording for my lack of technical concerns, but still, why did other people not be able to join? It's not because of anything else. It's just because there's still the Maya is play. The ego is at play, which is doubting the whole process. That when this gets solved, what will happen to me if I learn it? The divine in them said this is the path, but the ego in them won and not let them allow and join the program or the class. But to you people, same thing. You also saw the same thing and you also saw the same message and joined. But you made time to attend this. And that itself is a path breaker in multiple ways. If you look back your journey and trace back from where did I really start transforming myself into a better person or a better human at a deeper level, you go back into this journey, because I'm not saying these classes are impactful, but it will somewhere, just like the pearls which makes a beautiful string when you all join together. Just like one class doesn't make a big difference. But if you are there as a group of series of classes, and when you learn, assimilate, and adapt yourself, and try to take actions that are being told, definitely there is a beautiful thing that will emerge, that you can look back and proudly say the journey started there, but today where I am, I'm much more at a better place, despite whatever is pulling me down. And that itself is like a small pathway into your moksha, because right from suffering and questioning, from seeking, you are now discovering. You are self-reflecting, inquiring, self-awareness, and through self-awareness, you are getting into the path of self-realization, which itself is the pathway for all the liberation of our current concerns. And similarly, what Lord, what Lord Rama does is he definitely was also looking for relief from his sorrow at that point. And he is also trying to look for a solution. He also wants to have a direct resolution about what it is. And he understood from Agastya Muni that this learning about his essence is a pathway, a gateway into the relief. And he just surrendered. He accepted the truth and trying to ask, be curious, that I want to know it. And when he says, definitely by knowing this, Lord Shiva's Tatva, you will not fail, he becomes more and more surrendering to the point and says, yes, I really want to understand. And that yearning in each one of us to know the truth and merge with the divine will, or merge with the deeper light that is residing deep within but not visible in the first go, is where you are, is at least the thought, that innate curiosity or innate seeking about not about problem or the solution for the problem, but understanding the root of the problem and trying to fix it from the root, and the pathway I take to get there. This itself is the seed for all your concerns, is what Agastya Muni says. And he continues, Agastya Uvacha, Sri Mahadevo Deve Saha Sarvakarana Karanam Yasmat Sarvamidam Jatam Yena Jatam Chatishtati. So when he asks, Lord Shiva asks, Lord Rama asks, who is Lord Mahadeva? I want to know a lot of details about him. That's what he asks us in a more curious form, right? For that he says, you are asking who is Lord Shiva? He is the Mahadev. He is the God of all gods. He is the reason for all this creation. He is the reason for all this existence. He is there in the start of the universe or the start of the cosmos. He's as part of the sustenance, and he also is part of the delusion, the destruction. So both the deluge, the big deluge, it is called, right? The Kalaratri, he is part of the destruction also. So both, all three states he exists. So he is the part of the whole supreme cosmos from where everything emitted. And that question is once again a foray into giving confidence to Lord Rama that he is not one among those thousands that to praise upon or to bestow upon, but he is the authority. He is the authority amongst all the deities, all the worlds, and from where we all have come. And that is why he is Devonka Dev Mahadev. And when he asserts again that he is the cause for all the whatever is happening around, whatever is the dukh or sukh, everything he is the reason. So why is that Agastya Muni has to talk about him in this way is when I have to get confidence about whom should I go bestow upon, I should have the first confidence that he is somebody who can resolve my concerns from the root. So please underline the question root. Okay. So many of you told, Monica Ma told, Ma, because of this I'm happy, my child is safe, my child is. But it is not me because of which the child is safe. It is the divine herself or the divine himself. She associating that me is the cause in the matter is only discounting the role of Lord Shiva and Durga Ma in her life, giving more importance to me. That is why I say I am not the person whom you have to be loyal, but you have to be more loyal to Lord Shiva and Lord Mata because they are the reason why we both are talking. So you are only thinking about me as an intermediate step and say, love you. But for being intermediately, if you say love you, for being the cause in the matter, for you bringing this whole setup to put a problem into your life, to pull my life back so that I become into a guru and then I talk to you, you come into my class, you when you see me, you have an inclination that I have to talk, listen to her, make time to attend this class. All this is whose orchestration? It's the divinity in you, nobody else. But whom are you having loyalty for? Me, which is utter blunder. The blunder is Guru is never God. I am telling it out front. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, all that is old. We are talking modern. So yes, modern word, Guru is Guru, Deva is Deva. They are both different entities. Always, at least with me, whoever treats me as a Guru, please, I am telling you once again, I am only a bridge. So don't put your loyalties with me. Put your loyalties to Divine Mother, Father. That is ultimate. They won't ever back you. They won't back down as how people back down. They never turn backs. Somebody guru can also be there, also a human being, right? So sometime or the other, they may also bark like how I bark sometimes when I get mad. But Divine Mother and Father never do that. They always are loving. They always are unconditionally giving. They will try to put us into hardships just because They want us to understand our true light and give. And when we take one step, they really make efforts to pull us from that place and put us into higher states of evolution and consciousness. And for that, they may use a guru like an instrument, remote control. But we are thinking remote is great. But who is the one who is pressing that remote control is Divine Father, Mother. So always we need to understand that they are the greatest. They are the one who is orchestrating all these conversations, and we are the cause in the matter. That is where is the true. That is the truth. Okay. Beyond this, everything is wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay. And that is where we always have to, you, me, everybody, whoever is having this Ananta Koti Pranas in all the world, who is the one who is orchestrating that? It's only Ma and Papa, which is Lord Shiva and Durga Ma, or Iltama, whoever that mother for you, Supreme Mother, Supreme Father, both Purusha Prakriti Sangama, which is like Kanti Swarupa. And that, to that Brahman, to that eternal truth, I surrender, I bow my head. That is where is what Lord Shiva, Lord Agastya Muni subtly tells to Lord Rama that we need to bow your head to that divine eternal source who helps you to help you understand the nature of your sorrow and alter those states by not making you feel lost in these spaces, but understanding or bringing awareness into each of the pockets of pain I'm going through, and from there uplift myself into the higher states. That is where is what he talks in this. All right. Are you able to follow what I'm saying?
Yes, ma.
Okay. I want to drink some water. That's why I asked a question. All right. Then, then, then he says, okay. He talks about who is he, what is his rupa, what is his tattva, right? Then for that, Agastya Muni says, Rupam cha tasya nityam cha rupatetam cha saswatam yena rupena bhaktanam darsanartam pradarsitam. So what is his rupa? That is, he asked, no, last time. He says, the Supreme Lord, Lord Shiva, he has a form. He shows up as a form, but is beyond all that forms because he's somebody who is always there, eternal, and he's somebody who doesn't change. He doesn't change forms, shapes, and all of that. But just to bless his devotees, he manifests himself in visible forms, in shapes and forms, idols, what we can understand in some rupam. Okay, so otherwise he is beyond form. He is beyond rupa. Okay, he is not, he can't be contained in this form and shape. He is somebody who is anantam, infinite, ever stable. Okay, never changing, and he's always there. But because my buddhi, my knowledge is so limited that I can only see him in this form shape in a human, he takes up this form, and we give him a place. We give him saying, okay, Lord Shiva resides on in the Kailasa. For those who thinks, the mountains are the nature's form of saying the eternal heights. So for those, Lord Shiva resides in Kailasa. For those who are into arts and crafts, especially dancing, Lord Shiva takes a form of Nataraja. And for those who thinks um, Lord Shiva is nothing but Shiva and Shakti, he takes the form of Ardhanariswara. But all of these are forms that he takes or manifests just for us to understand our own limited mind. We can't relate with his formless states of Anantam, infinitual, all these eternal. These are something which I can't relate with at my beginning of my journey of understanding who is Lord. And for me to so kindly, he says, I understand yes, it is very natural. You can't understand my eternal self, Tatva. So let me put myself to your level. So you are a human, right? Okay, let me show up as a human. Oh, you love mountains? Ah, do you think mountains are the way to represent strength and stability? Oh, wow. Okay, I hear. This is Kailasa, which represents strength and stability. So here I am residing here. Please come and have my darshan. So that's how he makes yourself visible in the way I want, in the way my heart loves to see my divine father and mother. If I want to see my mother and father in totally draped in best of the best silks and jewelry and all of that, my divine mother is so unconditionally loving that she shows up so just to help me have a Nainanandam. That's all. Beauty for my eyes, happiness to my heart and mind that my mother lives so beautifully. My mother is so beauty. So in the beginning, just not to digress from the conversation, but when in the beginning when I first met Varahi Mata, it was so hard for me to I never knew Varahi Mata in the beginning. And when I saw her with that boar face, I couldn't take it that Divine Mother can be so ugly. So I was so resisting her that Amma, I can't see you in this mouth, in this face. I want to see you in beautiful face, beautiful mouth. I can't see you like this. I used to resist her. I used to close my eyes. No, Amma, I don't want to see you. Every time I see Varahi Mata, I say, I don't want to see you like this. I used to be like one small child who says, no, I want that toy, I want this toy, I want this toy. So I used to always demand her to show up to me in beautiful form, in like how human face and all, not the boar face and all. But then she used to be so cajolingly tell me, uh, beauty resides in everything, but she used to tell me, why can't you accept that your mother can be in this form? That's how she asked me. I said, no, my mother can't be like this. I can't see her like this. I want you to be looking always pretty, pretty, pretty in front of me, wearing nice jewels and all. I can't see you like this. I remember, still remember myself resisting her for 2 months, not one day, one I'm a full on tantrum. I keep saying myself, that's the reason I'm an incorrigible person. I know how you all are incorrigible because I am like that only. So it becomes very easy for me to understand the incorrigibility. So I used to resist a lot meaning a lot. Just I can't, no, I don't want to see. I used to literally put like this whenever she says in front of me, no, I don't want to see you. Not like this, no, no, show me in your face. No, 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 show me in that. So much I used to tell like that. First of all, she coming darshan itself is one big bhagya, okay? My mind doesn't process that at that time. I used to, you still, you are you, Varahi Mata? Oh, no, I don't want to see you like this. I want to see you beautifully. I, so many times I used to say like that. Every single day, mummy used to tell me very lovingly, okay, very loving. Varahi Mata is having very hoarse tone. She used to, I am a Telugite, right? So she used to talk to me in Telugu only. And she used to tell, why beauty exists in all forms, Amma? Why do you don't accept beauty in me? Mm. I used to resist. Then slowly, mm, I used to have some suffering those times. And she gave me an answer. Then I started listening to her, what she says. Till then I used to resist and say, no, I don't want to. I want you to show up to me only in beautiful, only then I talk. After that, she removed a problem. I started getting serious. Oh my God, looks like this mother is very powerful because nobody else did this for me in this short duration and she did it. Then I said, Amma, who are you? Want to know who you are. Then she told me, do you understand? Why do I take this form? I took this form. You're seeing me in the big face, and that is where you're getting this feeling that oh, you can't see me in big face, right? Look at it from a different perspective. When the whole world is drowning, I am the person who took this pain to uplift this world on my tasks. And that is why I had to take this, and I'm the counterpart of that Varaha Rupam. And she showed me that vision, okay? It is not just telling like story. It's literally like what you see in this lot new movies there, no? That Narsimha, Mahavatar Narsimha. Same vision she gave me. Not like that Earth Mother is so beauty in that animation cinema, but it used to be like that. And she took it. Then she told me, will you have, will you, um, will you take the form that you can't accept yourself to see in the mirror to go out and help somebody in need? She asked me that question. Okay, Divine Mother is very logical sometimes, okay. Still not sometimes, all the time she's logical because I'm very logical. Unless until she tells me with logic, I won't accept. So she shows to me only logic. And then she asked me, will you accept? I said, and you said, you are very selfless? I said, yeah, ma, I'm very selfless. I tell very proudly, yeah, ma, I'm very selfless. Anybody ask me question, I'll help them. Really? Oh, ma, really helpless. I'm good girl. Then she told me, really good girl? I said, yes, ma, I'm very good girl. Then she told, Acha, let me ask you this. Will you manifest yourself into a very ugly Teju just because you want to help somebody who want your help? For me, no, first I didn't understand that question. The fuse went away by that question. Then, but from then I felt very crying. I said, sorry, Amma. Then she told me, this is how it all. She showed me that whole vision, how the war and how it was, and she took that form. Then there was the Shankaramam, all that song. It was very like 3D movie for me. And I was walking at night, seeing whole vision. And I was like, Ammo. Time I started seeing her with lot of beauty because what changed is my perception about what is she representing rather than how she looks. Then I started feeling so grateful that Divine Mother can take this form to save somebody who is in need and not care about herself. For me, I don't know that this kind of mother is also there. Like in my world, my mother is, she does what I ask, and she does what's comfortable for her. That's my divine my biological mother, and any mother I see same way. I think I am little more selfless to everybody else whom I come across because I really go away from my comfort zone and try to accommodate everybody as much as I can, how much ever I am little squeezed of time or whatever. So I used to think I am I'm repeatedly been given that praise from many years, not one day or two, that you go really beyond your comfort zone to help us, and we are so thankful for what you do for us. And I'm like, okay. But then when she told me this view, all my being somehow, soaked in gratitude that I can still be that generous or that compassionate to a level that I don't look at how I or somebody who look at me perceive, but can go to the utmost level of committing to what I represent or stand and don't care about how others perceive me because I stand for commitment to save somebody from hues and cries or saving the world which I have committed to save in my own way. And for this I take this manifestation, which is, and I will not be able to tell in words how grateful I felt for the next couple of months and how sorry I felt for all the times. I mean, there's a shame that comes when, I would not use word as a shame, but maybe humility is the right word of representation. When I remembered all that 2 month conversations and how I was resisting to look at her, I will pray to her, but I won't look at her picture. I know what I have done, all right? I don't have shame to say that. So I will look at her. I know Varahimata. I will pray to her, but I won't look at her face. And mummy says, look at me. I won't. When she comes and sees in front of me, I won't see her face. I will say, Amma, come to me as you. I want to see you. I want to see you. Like little child, I am so always telling, I want to see you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But after that incident on how she showed me the way she saved the world, and the way the manifestation happened, somewhere I became very humble. And I must confess, I don't know whether I come across as humble or not at this point of time, but at least at that point of time, in my world, I'm very humble. I became very human. I mean, my whole body, or I shouldn't say body, because body is still a very little world. My whole being has soaked in gratitude for the kind of commitment, unexpressible commitment. Okay, tears just like fall, and I felt so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. It's that sorry is not for hurting my husband. That sorry is not equivalent to me scolding my son or saying sorry, Kanna. I'm really sorry. I think I lost it or something like that, or something I error. And I trade back, and because of my own wisdom, I can say, okay, I'm so sorry about what I have done. This is not that level sorry. It was much more deeper, much more, like doing Sashtanga Namaskara for hours and hours and hours and hours, saying I'm really sorry for what I have talked about it. So, and from there, my perspective towards her have changed. That Divine Mother can come in any form, divinity can manifest in any shape and form, and every manifestation must have a deep reason behind it. And even today, I have a sense of gratitude when I see Varahi Mata, because of that commitment. Okay, Durga Ma's commitment is one level, but Varahi Mata's commitment is no less. She is so beautiful, though she sometimes holds a stick and beats us pata pata pata, but still loving mother she is. And that experience transformed to understand what is unconditional love of divine. See, some things must have happened to me for me to become this torchbearer of divine's love, right? Otherwise, I will also be in my own world. But these kind of experiences have taught me that love can exist. I mean, till then we hear Divine Mother's love is unconditional, but we don't know what is that unconditionality, because they don't allow us to, either we don't allow us to understand their love without conditions, or whatever they are showing, we will not be able to catch it. But the moment we start understanding their love, I don't think we will stop ourselves from being, will not stop ourselves from crying at that moment. Multiple times we end up crying by looking at their selflessness. And even if that 1% we reflect in our life, I don't think most of us will be in a much better places. Though I have transgressed, I'm so sorry. I think I've diverged a lot. But when I remembered this incident of, multiple manifestations, and that will be the doorway to uh, our own forms of how we look at divinity. Somehow I remembered that it's long back. Okay, I don't know. I didn't even tell this in Telugu class, but somehow I remembered now, and I don't know for what, but still. So that is what is. I exceeded the class by 15 minutes. So sorry, but that is what is the beauty of God. Okay, they exist in Saguna form, and they exist in Nirguna form, beyond attributes, beyond what they represent, and all forms of divine are not just manifestations just because it is somebody's imaginations, but they are there for some reasons, again, for greater good of society, greater good of this Manavali Loka. And when we understand that generosity that he being Supreme Father and Mother, they can always sit in their own positions and say, hey, I am here. You want to see, you want to find me? Find me the way I am. You want to know me? This is how I am in Nirguna form. You work hard, you figure out, you read all the tattvas, you have Ashtadasa Puranas and countless uh, ma- uh, commentaries about all this. Understand, figure out who I am, and then pray to me. They could say this. It was so easy for them if they would do that. But they were so, I feel so, look at their unconditional love that they manifest the way I want to manifest, including Brahma Devatas, including fierce forms, Vana Durga, Trisulini Durga. So many forms, so many manifestations just to give us abhaya, just to give us that sense of security, sense of sense of um, a sense of a feeling that yes, they are for me, they are here to serve me, they are here to provide for me, or they are here to um, hold me, to just give that, and in that process elevate my devotion to a level where I'm able to accept all forms of their manifestations, including their formless states. So look at the journey through which, that's why I always say, divine don't hold here and say, no, catch me. They come to my level and pull them into their thing. And that is something which is only they can do, okay? Not just in the manifestations, in the way they converse. Even you all will listen, very surely and very firmly start listening to their inner guidance, right? The way I speak, sometimes I may be pushy, but how divine tells you, if the moment you start understanding their guidance and their words, will exactly be the way you think. You will exactly understand when nobody in the world says you will follow, but they say you will understand because they have innatness to tell the way you understand. For others, you might be a mandabuddhi. You may not understand a lot of things. But for them, you are so precious that they make effort to put in the word that you understand, in the language, vocabulary, logic, whatever that is, that you understand. And that is the reason, that is where that beauty or their generosity or unconditional love for us comes in forms. And sometimes when we fail to understand, they also put us into this kind of a person like a guru or mentor or any other wise person or not. Because understanding devotee can come from all forms, not necessarily a guru. Even a beggar can teach if you are having an ability to listen to what that person is trying to teach, right? So that way they put us across to people who can help us understand their true revelation. And in that vision, slowly help us to take into formless. And from there, help us look at divine in every form, formless in form, everywhere. And when you understand that divine is not just in one idol or only in you, but in everywhere, that itself is the greatest thing that can happen to us, right? We just not have not conquered Atma and Paramatma coming together, but we are also saying that the whole world there is divine, bigger state of consciousness. And that is where Agastya Mani says about all of this. And tomorrow we'll talk about the next couple of verses in the same form. Okay? All right then.
Okay, ma. Bye.
Thank you so much,
Next.
Teju ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Surely, ma. All of you
Good
have
night,
a safe
everyone.
good night.
Thank you, Tejuma.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope somebody has recorded this conversation so that we can upload. Anandam Babu, record చేసావా నాయన? లేకపోతే శ్వేతమ్మ నిన్నలాగా చేశారా?
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
ఆనంద్ బాబు, థ్యాంక్ యూ. బాయ్ బాబు, నిద్రపుచ్చేసుకుందాం. చేసుకుందాం. టాటా. ఆల్ రైట్ గైస్, బాయ్.
Thank you, Ma.
Bye.